What is going on, guys? My name is Nick, and welcome back to the Nikita Express, where I like to express my opinions on a variety of different topics. Back here to talk to you about a movie that's already been out for a week, but since, as you can see, I'm in a new location, been moving, been changing, been doing a bunch of stuff behind the scenes, so been a little bit late to the party, just, being able to talk about new movie releases, but all that should be changing now and just trying to catch up with new movies. So I just reviewed Palm Springs, and now I'm here to talk about a Netflix original, The Old Guard, with Charlize Theron, directed by Gina Blithwood, I believe her name is. I'm not sure if she's done anything else, but again, this is a new movie from Netflix, a new one that she's created, and Charlize Theron doing another action movie. So with all that being said, I hope you all enjoy this video, and feel free to express yourself in the comments section, express your opinion about the movie, the characters, really anything you want, because this is a place to express yourself. And with all that being said, let's get into The Old Guard. So, my pros being here, I really did enjoy the action sequences. The action sequences had a lot of... They reminded me of John Wick, but even maybe the John Wick people helped make this movie. I'm not entirely sure, but she did Atomic Blonde, which had, I think, the John Wick people helped make that movie, and since that's an action movie with Charlize Theron, it wouldn't make sense she would maybe be doing that here. Who knows? But reminded me of John Wick a bit. Felt a little bit like, okay, I've seen this before, but they were enough to be like, okay, it's still pretty action-packed, and I'm like, I can dig this. I can dig these action scenes. I think the cast is great. The guy from Aladdin's in it. There's a couple people I haven't seen, and the new girl showing up for the first time, I haven't seen any work from her, so if this is her first role, she did really well, and I really enjoyed it for the most part. When it's a Netflix original, it's an action movie, you're like, okay, what's the kick? What's the thing that's like trying to make this different? And I saw the trailer, which made me intrigued enough to watch the movie, and it's the whole backstory about these specific four people being able to live, not forever, but almost, and they can regenerate. It's an interesting concept, and that itself is an idea for an interesting movie, which they did, and it's intriguing enough to me to be able to watch this film and find the key elements to why I would want to stick with these characters, see where they go. I'm glad they did flashbacks, because that really helps me at least get a sense of the world, because if they just had them all in modern day and not show it, I would feel like it's like, it doesn't feel that science fiction, doesn't hold that levity of what they're actually talking about. And since I get to see the flashbacks, and there's a really good story with a past member of the original group they had, and this movie is set up for a sequel, so there's many things that I enjoyed and I found intriguing, and at the end of the day, it's still like a decent film, and all those pros really made me stick with the movie for the runtime that it is, like at least 2 hours, so there's that. And so, without getting too off track here, the meh parts for me was just the fact that I felt that at least the first half an hour, at most maybe 40 minutes, like, I was interested in it because I was following the characters, obviously, and you're meeting the new girl, and she's meeting them, so you're learning it from her perspective of what's going on with everybody. I just think the first 40 minutes is a bit slow and a bit overhanded. It kind of just... I guess it's just slow. Like, I still enjoyed it, but compared to what the rest of the film was like after the first 30-40 minutes, I dug I dug the other parts of the movie after 40 minutes way more than I did the first 40 minutes. And I know you get set up and you need to feel the characters and build them up and get the interactions together, but I don't know, the settings felt kind of weird and off to me, and this weird mix of like desert and British, and then you have Charlize Theron, who's American. Like, it just felt like a really weird mix. Like, we're kind of going to weird locations, which normally I wouldn't have a problem with, but you're setting all this up in the first 40 minutes, and then it just felt like they just kept changing locations kind of weirdly. And I mean, I thought the placeholders of telling us where it was at was fine, but it probably wasn't really needed. I don't know. There were just editing choices which I thought were kind of off like that, and then just the first 30 minutes were a bit slow and didn't intrigue me enough until about that 50-minute mark, really. So that's my meh parts. And then the cons, besides the like small meh parts that I had nitpicky issues with, there's a lot of weird music choices, which I normally am fine with music, but it was mainly pop. They do a Marshmello song, and it just felt tonally off to me. So that didn't really work for me either. And at the end of the day, the whole bad guy villain arc, like um, Chiwetel Ejiofor does a really good job in like a side role, but the main evil dude from the Harry Potter movies, like he did his job well because I hated him, but I really think he was a good actor choice for the movie. It just really put me off. So that music choice, weird Marshmello song at the end, like I love Marshmello, as people know, but it's just putting those random pop songs throughout that just kind of annoyed me. Like, why is this song playing actual lyric music here? Not that much of a score going on. It just felt all over the place. So as solid as this film is, I felt like they could have done a way bigger job of making it feel more natural and make, basically the word I would say is this movie needed to feel more natural everywhere, and it just felt more all over the place than a movie like this could be. So they try to set up for a sequel. Let's see if that happens, but it's still a decent movie, but not my favorite. Probably wouldn't want to buy it, but it's on Netflix, so it's a streaming movie. So I mean, if I wanted to rewatch it, I could. I'll see where the sequel goes. It's like if they actually make a sequel, then maybe it'll change my perspective on the first one. But for it being just the first one, it's an enjoyable enough film for me, but not my favorite type of film. Because there's a lot of action films out there, and this isn't my go-to. But for 2020 standards, I mean, it's definitely not crap. So, I mean, there's that. But again, guys, sorry for being late on my reviews. Hopefully, when new movies start coming out, I'll be able to get on them as soon as possible. But I thought I'd still express my opinion because these were enjoyable films to watch, like Palm Springs, The Old Guard, and a bunch of other stuff coming out soon. So I'm going to try and be on top of that as soon as possible. And feel free to express your opinions in the comments section. Whether you love the movie, hated it, the cast, characters, really whatever, this is the place to express your opinion. I want to hear all about it so I can comment you back and tell you how I feel a bit more, if that's what you choose. But again, have more videos on the way, other ideas coming, and a bunch of different stuff I'm going to try and keep up on. And I think that's about it, guys. I mean, California be changing their laws. Changing their laws? Well, I mean, I guess they're technically laws. They're changing their format of our guidelines. So hopefully movie theaters stay in. That's the point I was trying to get at. Hopefully movie theaters stay in within a couple of weeks or so. So we'll see what happens. Going off on a tangent like I do, but with all that being said, hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope to see you all in my next video. Peace, guys.